America, home of the free and land of the brave, 250 years later, and somehow we are still trying to convince you that Black people are worth saving. America, you keep calling yourself the home of the free, but freedom has always had a strange definition when it came to me. My ancestors heard liberty through the crack of a whip, heard all men are created equal while somebody was calculating how much their Black body was worth at auction. So forgive me if I don't stand up and clap because you made it to 250. Sometimes birthdays ain't celebrations, and sometimes there are crime scenes with candles on the cake. And America, you got blood under your fingernails. You got strange fruit still swinging from your family tree, and everybody thinks the lynching stopped when they cut down the rope. No, America just got creative. Sometimes the rope looks like a knee, and sometimes it looks like a traffic stop. Sometimes a zip code, a school district, a mortgage denial, a resume with a name somebody decides sound too Black, like Artemisia. Sometimes we don't hang from trees anymore. Sometimes you hang our dreams from ceilings just low enough for us to see them, but high enough to make us bleed trying to reach them. America, you love Black excellence as long as it entertains you. You love it when we dunk, when we run, when we dance, when we sing, when we make you laugh, and when we make you money. You put our rhythm in your commercials, our slang in your mouths, our braids on your runways, our bodies on your jerseys, our brilliance in your institutions, then have the nerve to ask us what diversity we bring to the table. Baby, we built the damn table. And every time Black excellence walks into a room without asking permission, America gets nervous, especially when that excellence looks like a Black woman. You don't mind a Black woman being brilliant as long as she doesn't know it. You don't mind a Black woman leading as long as she apologizes for taking up the space, softens her voice, watches her tone, be confident but not intimidating, be accomplished but don't make anybody uncomfortable, lead. But don't forget who you report to, round the edges of her intelligence and makes her confidence more digestible. Calls her authority collaboration so nobody feels threatened, and smiles even when you're bleeding, produce even when you're grieving, and carry everybody. And then America wonders why Black women are tired. We are tired because you keep mistaking our survival as an unlimited resource. You call us resilient because calling us resilient is easier than admitting. You keep giving us things to survive, and our boys, God, our beautiful Black boys, they come into this world with galaxies behind their eyes and backpacks too big for their shoulders and playground dirt on their knees and questions about everything. Dreams, Pokemon, basketball, dinosaurs, science projects, bad jokes, big laughs, their mamas, babies, and somehow America looks at Black boys and sees a threat before it sees a child. Our sons don't get a luxury of innocence. They get the talk. Keep your hands visible, don't reach too fast, don't argue, say yes, sir. Come home alive. Baby, whatever you do, come home alive. And what kind of freedom requires a mother to teach her son how not to die during a routine encounter? What kind of liberty makes a childhood a survival force? And America, don't confuse your freedom with our bravery. We were brave when they stole our names, brave when they sold our children, and brave when we learned to read when somebody threatening to beat the alphabet out of us. Brave walking into schools through crowds who hated the color of our beautiful brown skin, and brave when churches burn, when crosses burn, when neighborhoods burn. Brave when they redlined us, over-policed us, underfunded us, underestimated us. And brave when they took our labor, our inventions, our sound, our stories, then told us to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps our ancestors weren't allowed to own. America, don't tell me we've come too far to talk about race. Distance travel does not erase the road behind us. A scar does not disappear because the wound stopped bleeding yesterday. And history doesn't stop being history because the people who benefited from it got tired of hearing about it. There are people trying to erase us with erasers they call legislation, trying to make slavery a footnote, race system a misunderstanding, and Black history an elective, our pain political, our truth controversial. Trying to teach our children about America without telling them what America did to ours? But you cannot ban what lives in our blood. We are walking archives, our grandmothers, our libraries, our grandfathers, our history books with heartbeats. Our survival is evidence. We remember, but hear me clearly, Black people are more than what happened to us. Do not reduce to suffering. Do not reduce us to suffering. We are jazz before the trumpet touches lips, gospel before Sunday morning, and double Dutch on hot concrete, dominoes slamming on hard tables, and grease popping in grandma's kitchen, gold hoops, HBCU homecomings, and cookouts when somebody's uncle is still lying about how good he is at spades. And we are laughter that survived rooms built for mourning. We are joy with baseline brilliance, with rhythm, and architects and scientists and teachers and nurses and artists. Mothers, fathers, dreamers, builders, leaders. We are the descendants of people America tried everything to destroy and failed. Look at us, still here, still creating, still loving, still building, still becoming, still black, still beautiful, still brilliant, and still breathing. And maybe America, that is the part that bothers you the most, because after everything you did to break us, we kept becoming excellent. So now excellence gets called arrogance, and confidence gets called threatening, and truth gets called divisive, and equity gets called unfair, and history gets called indoctrination, and our anger gets called the problem, instead of anybody asking what happened to make generations of people scream. America, you've been telling us to calm down for 250 years, and no, we have been patient through slavery, through Jim Crow, segregation, and redlining, and mass incarceration, and names becoming hashtags, and apologies without accountability, and promises without expiration dates, and 250 years, and black mothers are still praying their children return home. 250 years, and black women are still paying a tax for being excellent in rooms never designed to imagine us leading them. 250 years, and black boys are still learning how to survive before they learn how to drive. 250 years, and you still want our culture without our struggle, our labor without our leadership, our vote without our voice, our excellence without our power. So don't ask me to make this poem comfortable. Comfort has never liberated anybody. I did not come here to whisper. My ancestors already swallowed enough screams. I came to return them. I came with Harriet in my backbone, and Ida B. Wells in my pen, and Fannie Lou Hamer in my throat, and Baldwin in my questions, and Toni Morrison in my memory, and Malcolm in my refusal, and Martin in my dream, and every unnamed ancestors whose blood fertilized soil they were never allowed to own, standing behind me saying, "Tell it, so I will." America, you keep calling yourself the home of the free and the land of the brave, but black folks have been doing all the damn work. Brave on plantations, brave at lunch counters, brave crossing bridges, brave with knees on our necks, and brave in boardrooms where our brilliance enters the room 5 minutes before somebody decides it is intimidating. Brave raising black boys in a country that sometimes mistakes their childhood for probable cause. Brave raising black girls who become black women and learn that excellence does not always protect you from being erased. We have been brave long enough. America, it is your turn. Be brave enough to tell the truth. Be brave enough to say what happened here. Be brave enough to stop hiding racism underneath words like tradition and policy and merit and order the way we've always done it. Be brave enough to love black people when we are not singing for you, scoring for you, entertaining for you, forgiving you, and dying for you. Love us alive. Love our boys before they become hashtags. Love our women before they become warriors from having to survive every room they enter. Love our brilliance before somebody tries to call it threatening. In America, when those fireworks explode across the sky celebrating 250 years, I want you to remember, my ancestors saw fireworks too. They just called them fires. Fires on crosses, fires on churches, fires on Black Wall Street, fires on babies, and fires meant to teach black people what happened when we dared to prosper. And still, we rose, still built, still loved, still dreamed, still became. So don't you dare call our survival your freedom. Don't you dare call our resilience your progress. And don't you dare sing Land of the Free louder than the cries of the people still fighting to experience it. 250 years, America. 250 years, and after all this time, the question was never whether black people could survive America. We already proved that. The question is, can America finally survive becoming everything it promised us it already was? Home of the free, land of the brave, because after 250 years, black people should still not have to be brave just to be free.